Well, welcome back to Dolor Factor Live. Our guests are Cecilia Fitz and Tessa Clement. And what we're going to do now is we were still actually talking about our hair, and we started talking about Tessa and why she changed her hair color to what it is right now. But it'd be interesting to know a little bit more in terms of, you pinned the hair up. And in pinning the hair up, what does that do to the shape of someone's face? And how would you describe Tessa's, the shape of her face?
Well, Tessa basically have a diamond-shaped face. As you can see, her cheekbones is more pronounced. And so with a face like hers, what you definitely need is soft lines that would be able to taper the frame of her face. And by dropping the soft fringes of hair around her face, really softens it, as opposed to dropping straight vertical lines that would make those cheekbones stand out a little bit too much, make it too pronounced. So that's part of the reason why we pinned up the hair and dropped just a little fringes so that she would have more of a soft, playful look.
Now, Tessa, earlier on, when Cecilia was talking about your look when you walked in and so on and so forth, did you take what she said on board and understood it in a positive way?
Yes, I did take it in a very positive way, because yes, when I did come to her, my hair was like,
but that's what you wanted.
Yeah, this is what I wanted, because as I said, it's my month and I want to feel very uplifted, and I decided to go a little bit bold and with my colors that I chose, and I love it.
Okay, but I think that's a common, shall I say, mistake that a lot of us do. That, you know, you're very happy and you're very bubbly and you decided, oh, I'm going to do something different with my hair. But what we don't stop to think about is there's one type of hairstyle for our daytime and our profession.
Yes.
And then there's another type of hairstyle
For the evening.
for the evening, or if you're doing something different than normal.
It is true, because at work I will pin it up in a one plait, so you would hardly do see the loudness of it, and if I'm going out, I'll just drop it off and have it all wild and crazy, because this is what I want it to look.
And with Cecilia, with the shape of hair, shape of face that Tessa has, what height would you say if she had to have a ponytail? Because when people wear ponytails, they put them in all different ways. And I don't know why some people don't understand that it doesn't mean because the ponytail is a simple thing to put together that you can just put it together anyhow. So if you had to put a ponytail on Cecilia, what kind of height, where would you put that tail?
Well, one of the things we take into consideration when putting ponytail is the anatomy of the head structure, and not every client head is shaped the same way. For a face like Tessa, as I say, her cheekbones is a little bit more pronounced, so I would say midway through her occipital bone.
Where's
to the
that?
back. We can take a measurement from the jawline with a comb, and the first point of reference into the hair would take us straight onto the occipital bone. And the occipital bone is not located the same for everybody, but this is the reference point, because the bone that connects from the jawline, this is the bone that is actually connected to the occipital in the back of the hair. So for Tessa, I think medium of the occipital to below the occipital would work perfectly for her face. I think above that would be a little bit too much and would draw too much attention to her cheekbones going upwards to her forehead.
Okay, and is it true that if you put your hair up in a ponytail too often, that your hair is going to break?
It all depends. One of the reasons why people hair break very frequently with ponytails is simply because there's too much traction. That means you're pulling too tightly. Some of the instruments that you may be using might be grabbing too much hair. If the hair is weak and vulnerable and there's too much moisture sitting in the hair, we will know most people who comb ponytails always add a lot of water to the hair to get a nice slick ponytail, or too much gels. So of course some of that would cause damage, but there are safe ways that you can secure your hair in a ponytail, because some professions you may not have a choice. Take for example, if you're a uniform personnel, one of the ways that you may look more presentable at work is in a ponytail. And so there are safe ways that you can do it. But if there's too much traction, definitely you would have damage happening to the hair, and that in turn would be long-term damage, where we would have loss of hair such as alopecia.
Yes. Okay, but what factors should we take into consideration when we're thinking about changing our hairstyles?
One of the factors that should always be taken into consideration when considering changing your hairstyle would be lifestyle and facial shape, most of all. Facial shape and lifestyle. For example, if you're a busy person on the go, there is no need to cut your hair where you know that you cannot maintain the hairstyle that your hairdresser would be giving you.
That, you know, they cut the hair because they say, oh, it looks nice. It does look nice when it's cut short and you've just come back from getting it styled. Yeah. But realistically, to keep that, the maintenance on that is much higher than if you had length, isn't it?
Very well. That's why before I go into any hairstyling with any client, the first thing I would do is consultation. The consultation would tell me a little bit more about your hair, your lifestyle. How much time are you willing to commit to maintaining that hair? It makes no sense you walk out of my salon with a beautiful head of hair, and on Monday morning I'm seeing you coming down the road, your hair look messy, and you're saying to your friends, here is my hairdresser, and your hair look a mess. I mean, that wouldn't work too well for me. So I would guide clients accordingly based on their lifestyle, their job, even your financial ability to be able to come to the salon on a weekly basis to maintain that hair. So based on that, the guidance would come in. But overall, it would have to be the anatomy of the face, the facial shape, whether your facial shape is right for that particular hairstyle, whether your hair length and texture would be able to work well for that hairstyle that you were requesting.
Okay, now Tessa, with the hairstyle that you have now, because obviously you said earlier on, it's your month, it's your birthday, and you wanted to do what you do. How does it make you feel that you've got that transformation?
Well, it makes me feel wonderful. I feel great. I feel energized. I feel pumped. I feel like I can move the world. I feel so good.
You feel sexy? Because I can see that in the way that she walked in. It's really nice because the way she walked in, she was, and very confident as well. Yeah. She looked really confident because she was obviously pleased with her hairstyle. You know, and I think that's one thing. If we can have our makeup looking really beautiful, but if our hair doesn't supplement it, you know, then we have a problem.
Yep.
You know, but if we have our makeup nicely and we have our hair nicely, it says a lot about us, and it makes us feel good too. And I think that we should actually compliment people when we see they have their hair looks nice and so on. We should compliment them. You know, I'm looking forward to see what you do after November because Christmas is coming. Any ideas what you think you might, now that you've learned certain things about color and so on, would you perhaps look at a burgundy color? Cecilia, would you advise Tessa to look at a burgundy? Because I think she's always had the kind of blondes, right?
Yes.
Don't you think it's time for a change?
I don't think red would really be Tessa's color. I think the color that she's wearing now is not so bad. I would like to tame it down a little bit more, Tessa. Yeah. I think for Tessa, more chocolate and caramel would work well for her skin tone because of the color of her eyes, the color of the skin. I think she needs to stick to the warmer tones as opposed to cold tones.
But would you say the same about me? Because we're more or less the same complexion, aren't we, Tessa?
Yes, we are.
So would you say that what suits her would suit me?
I think for you, because you felt just a little lighter tone and your eyes a little bit more hazel than Tessa, I think lighter tones can work very well for you.
So you didn't like my hair before?
Well, one of the problems that I have, and as St. Lucia can see that I have changed my hairstyle, I have changed my hair color. As I am in my 40s, so obviously I'm graying prematurely, which most women in their 40s are. And so one of the things that I advise against gray hair, if you have more than 40% grays, you want to stay away from black.
But that's
because grays and black,
put the black on top of the gray, it will cover it.
No
other color covers it properly.
Because what a lot of clients don't realize, as your skin begins, your hair begins to depigment, that means you're losing melanin in your hair. That's causing your hair to go gray. You are losing that same melanin in your skin as well. So your skin is not as vibrant as you were when you were 15 and 16. So you want to go into lighter colors that would help enhance your skin tone. And to not have your grays look so pronounced, because you have black, gray, it's so far apart. In 1 week of new growth, you'd have that gray pelting over the black. Well, and it looks bad.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have to say, I always thought, and I was always told, from other hairdressers as well, you have grays, you put the black, because the black is the only thing that's going to truly cover that gray. Now, before we even go any further, I'm really sorry, I have to say goodbye to Tessa. The time has just come already, you know, but I also want to say, you know, you look really great, and I would like you to perhaps just recap for everybody very quickly the new wrap that you're doing, in case people would like to perhaps give you a call tomorrow?
Sure. Actually, what we're doing right now, we're doing a detox wrap, which is good for weight loss. It's a 15 session. You do 15 of them, and then after the 15 session, you should see results of you per week. So it's within 5 weeks. So every week you do 3 sessions, and you should see results every session you do.
Wow.
So we're measuring every part of your body, writing it down. So then as soon as you're done with that wrap, we measure you back, your weight and everything, and say, okay, you lost an inch there. It's a really intense treatment.
Good.
And I'm doing it to myself. I started it with Delia, and it's working really, really
It's
good.
working well.
Yeah.
Not just we're losing weight, but actually feeling really nice.
Yes.
As well, doing it, wanting to. Oh gosh, I could just want to relax now. It's really nice. Sometimes I feel I want to relax. Sometimes I think, all right, I'm ready to go. It all depends on the mood that you go in.
Oh yes.
But Tessa, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank
Again,
you.
you look really wonderful, and I hope I'll see you near your birthday, so I can say happy birthday
I
nearer the
will.
time.
Yeah.
And thank you for being a sponsor on Dolor Factor.
Thank you very much, and I'm very pleased to be here this evening, and also I'm very pleased with my hairdo. I love it.
Good. Well, we'll be wrapping up tonight's giveaway shortly. So name the top brand of lubricant exclusively distributed by Automotive Art, and you'll win an Envision backup sensor system for cars, trucks and SUVs. If you want to win something from Tessa, what she's going to do, or she's asking you, please tell us the locations of Touch Therapies and Lumiere Spas. To win a ticket to this weekend's St. Lucia's Miss Universe, Miss World pageant, tell us where and when the local pageant will be staged. As I said earlier, we have to say goodbye to Tessa now. The contact details for you, Tessa?
We're located next.
No, don't tell them.
Okay. Well, our number is 4529901, and also cell phone number is 488-5940. Or you can add us up on your BBM, which is our BBM pin is 2362E8CC.
Lovely. Okay, and all that information is on the DFL website if you want to go there and get it, or just ping us and we'll let you have that, okay? And Tessa, thank you for making me feel terrific every week, and I'll be sure to spread the word around. When we come back, we're going to have Mr. Simeon. Everyone knows him as Simeon. He's from Styles 2000. He'll be coming here and we'll be talking about men's hair care. So stay with us. We'll be right back.